Well, it occurred to me in the video I just shot that I wanted to talk a little bit about these compost bins that we use. You can really use anything. You don't need to use anything. Some people just like to throw this stuff in a pile. Some of us like to be a little bit more neat. You can use like pallets to build 4x4 enclosures. You can use old scrap wood. You can use anything. In the past, I've used this stuff over here. It's half-inch hardware cloth, and as you can see, it's kind of flimsy. It doesn't. It's got a, all this wire cloth has a curve to it, and it just doesn't want to take a good shape. So what I like to use, like to use this welded wire mesh. I got, as I said before, this is some half-inch by 1-inch stuff that I had laying around for years. I think I used it to build a rabbit hutch years ago. And I just got some of this 1x1 mesh over here, which is nice. And these compost bins are 4 foot in diameter, roughly. And they're about 2 foot tall, which makes, like I said, it makes it easier for us older folks to deal with it. You don't have to lift over something or lift around something. You can just toss it from one to another. But I use wire ties, just regular zip ties, to keep these together. You can use anything. You can use wire. You can use some scrap electrical wire, anything like that. But the nice thing about this stuff is I cut it in 12 foot lengths, and I give it a little bit extra for an overlap. So it's like 12.5 foot, 13 feet, and that gives us a 4 foot diameter circle. If you remember your high school math, the diameter times pi, 3.14, gives you the circumference of the circle. So that's where I come up with the 12 thing. It's 4 foot wide, 3.14. That's roughly 12 feet. It's close enough for compost work. And so I just cut it to 12, like I said, 12, 13 feet, and I just close it with the zip ties. Even when you have this like this in these smaller containers, it can be kind of hard to dig when you're digging down in there and trying to get it all out of there. So the zip ties make it easy to take it apart. You just cut those and you just unwrap the compost pile. It stays there like a nice birthday cake, like a compost birthday cake, and then you can just shovel it into the bin when you want it, next to it when you want to turn it. And turning it is important because, like I said before, it aerates the compost, it gets the microbes working again. Right now, this stuff I just tossed in here, it's room temperature here. It's fairly cool. We have this in a nice shady spot, so I don't have to water it so much, but I'll probably water these a little bit just to give the microbes a drink and get them cooking again. And so that's basically it. Like I said, a 12, 13 foot length of wire like this, or the welded wire, or the hardware cloth works. You can even use like the welded wire garden fence. It comes in like a 2x4 mesh. That's a lot more available, a lot more readily available than the 1-inch or this half by 1 inch. I had to search around for this a little bit, but you can get that at any independent garden center or your local hardware store, and use it for that. The only drawback to that is the stuff tends to fall out a little bit more, but it's not that big a deal, really. To save a few dollars, you can use the 2x4, and even if you have some of that laying around. I happen to have some. Can't really see it back there. It was a roll that was laying on the property when we bought it. It's old farm fence, and it has about a 6x6 inch hole. It has smaller holes at the bottom, but I used that for a while, but it was really, you lost a lot of the stuff. The stuff was always falling out of it. So I didn't like that so much. I decided to go with this smaller mesh welded wire. So that's kind of it for composting today. Got 2 videos here. I'm going to see if I can merge them into one. And other than that, we'll have 2 videos up on the website here for you to see pretty quick. Thanks for watching.